Whether masturbation is healthy or not can be a complicated issue for some. People have varying opinions, sometimes influenced by their addictions or perhaps their religious beliefs. If you're a follower of the channel, you'll know that we promote NoFap. We've already made numerous videos highlighting the benefits you can experience by quitting masturbation and especially porn. But since we follow a short video format so that they are digestible for the vast majority, we often don't dig into the topics as much as they deserve. Like everything in life, there are many exceptions and specific cases, and we can't cover everything in a 5-minute video. For example, if someone who masturbates once every few months starts NoFap, you won't see the same level of difference as the addict who can't sleep or leave the house without getting a knock one off. But making that clarification in every video doesn't turn out to be that necessary for the advice to be useful. Because sadly, the reality is that the vast majority of today's young men are addicted thanks to porn. It's extremely easy to access these days. It gives you a lot of dopamine and literally lights up the same parts of the brain as cocaine. I'm not saying that absolutely everyone is addicted, but the vast majority are, and they don't even have a clue about it. So, you are probably wondering how all of this affects you. Whether you currently see nothing wrong with masturbating or you're on NoFap, you are watching this video because you want to know what's best for you when it comes to this practice that you've probably already spent days of your life doing. Below, I'll give you a series of questions you can ask yourself to determine whether or not you have healthy masturbation habits. You're going to have to be pretty introspective and honest with yourself if you want to get to the answers you need. Number 1, how often do I masturbate? This is the most important and basic question you can ask yourself. While there is no exact line of what is a healthy frequency and what is not, the extremes should be obvious. Masturbating several times a day is a good indicator that it is unhealthy. Number 2, what state of mind am I in when I decide to masturbate? Am I really turned on or just bored? Am I looking for a sexual release or a dopamine hit to end my anxiety? It can be difficult to find the answer to these questions, but it is very important. Most porn addicts masturbate not for the sexual release itself, but for the dopamine hit they need to quell their addiction. Number 3, what do I use to get turned on if I don't use porn? Another important question that keeps many people addicted even on NoFap. Our addicted brains are quick to look for shortcuts and alternatives. So you'll often see people in the comments asking things like, do erotic books count as porn? Or is it a relapse if I see semi-naked girls on Instagram? If you need any kind of external medium other than a real girl to get turned on, that's something you should avoid. If you're truly doing it because you're sexually aroused, you don't need to rely on pixels on your screen. And the longer you go without it, the easier it gets. Number 4. I'm relying on masturbation. This is one of those questions that requires you to be quite honest with yourself. Ask yourself with complete honesty if you're depending on your masturbation habit to get those bliss chemicals or to fall asleep or anything else. Depending on it makes it become habitual, which you don't want. Finally, the most essential question of all. Number 5. How do I feel before, during, and after? It seems obvious, but many people simply ignore this basic analysis. Take a moment to think about your masturbation habits. How do you feel before you masturbate? And while you masturbate? And most importantly, how do you feel afterwards? If it's truly healthy masturbation, you should feel good and relaxed in all 3 phases. It should be satisfying and guilt-free. However, if you feel shame, self-loathing, emptiness, or anything else negative afterwards, then the way you masturbate is probably not optimal. If these 5 questions will help you identify negative behavior regarding your masturbation practice, you will see the greatest benefit in putting it aside. I invite you to see for yourself by getting to 90 days of NoFap and prove to yourself once and for all if there is any benefit. If you are addicted, it will be the best decision you can make. If you're not or you're not sure, it should be a piece of cake for you and you'll discover yourself in the process. It's what's known as a Pascal's bet, where you have everything to gain and absolutely nothing to lose in return. Why would you pass up an opportunity like this? But you have to adjust your expectations. Just quitting masturbation alone won't change your life. You won't have superpowers or start flying if you make it to 90 days. But unknowingly masturbating excessively may be what's holding you back in life. If so, Kicking this habit could be the main domino in making many other positive changes in your life. And regardless of your answers to these questions, porn should definitely be eliminated. If you learn only one thing from this video, let it be this: porn only brings negatives into your life in exchange for absolutely zero benefits. If you disagree with this or have trouble quitting, I'll leave you with the book that allowed me to quit adult content instantly and for good. It's a free, short, open source book that will allow you to quit porn quickly, painlessly, without using willpower and without feeling deprived. Sounds too good to be, right? Check it out for yourself. The link will be in the description. Finally, you've probably heard the popular myth that masturbating prevents prostate cancer. Many compulsive wankers use this phrase to reinforce their addiction. This idea cites only one study out of several, ignoring the fact that there are others that do not find the same results. Also, that study only establishes correlation, not causation. So I'm not concerned until there is a more conclusive study. But still, let's say that yes, orgasm does reduce the risk of prostate cancer. How does that justify that you should watch porn or even masturbate? That just means you have one more reason to improve yourself and satisfy your natural need for intimacy. That you should find a loving girlfriend or wife and have a healthy sexual relationship with a flesh and blood human being instead of the pixels on your cell phone. If you made it this far, you clearly value the message of my videos. Share it with a friend in need. And don't forget to subscribe and like for more content like this. My best self.